Well, good afternoon and welcome one and all to the CET Open 2022. I'm your caster Kempington for this afternoon, and we have got a scorcher of a match to round up the last of the quarterfinals here. We've got slayEM versus Lovers in the Air, sorry. Can't even get the names right. As you saw yesterday, if you tuned in yesterday, we had G-Kings versus Last Chance, and what a dominating performance from G-Kings that we saw on display. Much better coordination from them as opposed to Last Chance, but in fairness to them, very good solo performances from each of the individual players from Last Chance, but they weren't able to make anything really happen, and as a result, well, with the score that we see, a 4-0 sweep. Prior to that, we had Smartless versus Ultimate Mitori. That had a very closer matchup indeed, and whilst not necessarily the scoreboard reflects it as close as we would like, it was a very hard-fought match all the way to the end, with Smartless clinching the vital 4th round win that they needed to get through to the semi-finals. And prior to that, our first match was Godsting versus Venia. Again, a very dominating outing from Godsting, but Venia did put up a fight. It just wasn't enough to convert it into a round win at any point. So, our second semi-final bracket has already been chosen. It's Smartless versus G-Kings. That's sure to be a very interesting matchup indeed. But today, we're going to find out who will be taking on Godsting in the first bracket of the semi-finals, between slayEM and Lovers in the Air. As you saw in the intro, you already know the team members, and we will be getting to their feeds in just a moment, but we have an all-important straw poll to discuss very briefly. We asked the audience once again who you think is going to make it through to the semi-finals, and this time the votes were a lot closer. slayEM have got the majority vote here at a 61% advantage compared to Lovers in the Air's 39%, but if that's any sort of tell to what sort of match we're going to see today, I think we're going to see quite a close one. And it's a very interesting match here indeed, so we'll be interested to see what both teams have to put on for show. And more importantly, how coordinated they will be, because they will definitely need to show some prowess today if they have any sort of chance of putting a sting in the backside of Godsting. Terrible pun, I know. But nonetheless, we'll be moving over to the feeds in just a moment here, as we're just confirming that both sides are pretty much ready to go here. One of the members of Lovers in the Air is still not ready just yet, so we're just waiting for them to get ready here. We'll just give them a moment to catch up. But it should definitely be an interesting lineup today. I'm hoping that we get to see the special tiebreaker match, and as you remember, this is a best of 7. So if both teams manage to win 3 rounds each, we will go to a special tiebreaker to determine who will go through to the next round. But before that, a quick question from me, actually, which would be, who do you think is going to win in the second semi-final bracket, which will be Smartless versus G-Kings? This is unofficial, of course. We will have an official straw poll in the Discord that you saw the link for in the intro as well, and we'll also have the straw poll available on the Twitter, so that you can cast your vote there, and we can see who you think is going to make it through to those all-important finals a couple of weeks away. There are no confirmed dates yet just for the semi-final outings just yet, but we should have those for you as soon as we possibly can. And then it'll be the losers finals and the winners finals to find out who will be taking home the $2,100 prize pool. So, it does look like the members of slayEM are ready to go, and Lovers in the Air are still in Fight Club in Asylum for some reason. Not sure what's going on there. We'll be joining their feeds in just a moment, but if you are interested in watching either one of the feeds directly. As you remember, we are using their Twitch streams broadcasted through this stream so that we can consolidate both viewpoints for you. The viewpoint from Lovers in the Air's perspective will be Dolly Eden, and that is twitch.tv/ZIDFN. That's ZIDFN. It'll be posted in the chat in just a moment. But if you would like to see slayEM's perspective, you can watch it from Chimzy's POV, which will be twitch.tv/Chimzy. That is CHIMBZY. It does look like both teams are now almost ready to go. slayEM already organised and prepared, and we're just going to give Lovers in the Air just a couple of minutes here to be ready. Now, as a reminder, once 3 matches have been played, or 3 rounds of this match have been played, both sides will swap factions, and this will give us a 5 to 10 minute break to just let the teams regroup, coordinate their thoughts on the current matches, the current rounds they've just had, and then we'll be right back in with the action. So, once the first 3 rounds have been played, that would be a good time to get a drink, go to the toilet, whatever you need to do. But stay tuned, definitely, because this one's gonna be hard fought for both sides, I reckon. So, without further ado, it does look like both teams are pretty much in position now to get started here, so let's move you over to the feeds from both sides' perspective, and we'll join the action live as we get to that all-important coin toss to determine which team will be attacking first.
No, scappato, però.
Yes, so
Can be saying they're still in Fight Club.
okay.
They're still warming up.
And as you can probably tell, the streams have got a 60-second delay on them as well, so we can keep in touch with the action as much as we possibly can. So you're going to hear a little bit of this as well. And I do believe one of them might be watching the community event stream at the moment. Chimzy, I hear you. Little bit cheaty there. Might want to mute this stream if you'd be so kind. Thank you.
Like campus go now, what's your POF?
Now. I'm hoping that they get their game audio up just a little bit here so we can actually hear the in-game, but there we are, there's the lineup for both sides. So Lovers in the Air is going to be played with Dolly Eden, Criminale and Reroved, and the team members of slayEM will be Chimzy, Neon and Vindaro. Xdeuce unfortunately wasn't able to make it today, so Vindaro has come in as their substitute. Now then.
Have you heard? I'm not going to be toxic.
Okie dokie, so I think we're almost ready to go here. We're just going to wait for both teams to confirm that they're ready here. Okay. I think we are almost ready to go here. Let's find out which team will be attacking first today.
Yeah, I can go live, right, without any problems.
Oh, my recording is working.
And if you could let me know just in the chat if the in-game comms are a little bit too loud, that would be good. I will try to adjust the audio on the fly here. We have asked both teams to try and bring the in-game audio up a little bit so you can hear the action and not necessarily the comms as loud. But hopefully we'll have that organised in just a moment.
My guy's just farming subs right now.
I got a hype train going right now, Vinny. How do you feel?
I'm jealous.
No, Marti, 3 Vegas. Sono easy.
Oh shit.
Sono easy esplodibili,
And there is the coin toss. It's gone heads, so I believe...
I can't stream. Why is the black screen?
Lovers in the Air will be attacking first. So we'll have to wait and see what they bring to the table today. And remember, I'm sure the members of Godsting will be watching this to see who they'll be going up against. As Dolly Eden is just floating in midair a little bit.
Because I have to
sure
run
what's
this
going
game
on there.
through Steam now, man. Everything is so zuggy.
Questi che fanno? Olè.
Tell Laser to come on
Vabbè,
the
vengono
comms,
mica
bro. He knows
ridati,
everything. Bro, it's black screen. I don't know what
Se
to
non
do.
bannate, direttore.
I don't know why it's black. Wait, maybe why? I know why.
Team già fai.
No, I don't know why. Bro,
Ti metto il timer.
I need some help.
18 minuti registro.
Hey, Vinny, bro, you're actually trolling.
I'm not! I'm not! I don't know
I
why
swear-
I'm doing this.
Bro, like, can I...
No, no, ma io volevo per la 5.
Why is it black?
Mettiamoci un po' più larghi, cioè così manco può entrare in macchina già.
Ma è perché siamo spostati, cioè.
Comunque loro hanno 2 coivolf,
Sì.
Ci sta, zio, noi siamo
Can you
poveri.
try and restart the
Hanno tutti
game
una
or something?
macchina.
No.
Hanno tutti una macchina con. Oh, aspetta un attimo.
Getting grease already in green.
Oh, wait, I'm retarded.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, like Laser says, this is what you get for playing Overwatch all day.
Ready up.
Now we're having issues.
No, no. Non ce l'ho.
Nah, I'm
non ci credo,
retarded.
non
I got
so
it fixed.
Il coso della macchina. Il crever delle
So
macchine.
the delay 1 minute.
Vabbè, frega, zio, non è quello che cambia.
No, aspetta,
Ok,
non cambia la
nice.
vita però, cambia un po'.
È un coglione, ma l'hai contatto a comprarlo, non lo so.
No,
Oh,
troppo tardi. Lo faccio dopo. Aspetta, ma qua c'era il contatto forse.
Bro, I tapped out like a million times already.
No,
It's
no.
cancer.
Can you believe we're
No, no.
delaying
Adesso,
all
sì,
of the
adesso.
viewers
No,
25
troppo
minutes because
tempo,
you're
troppo
having
tempo.
issues, Vinny? Can you play some Overwatch?
Careless.
Okay, there's a couple of technical difficulties just from the get-go here. We're just going to give them a moment to get through them. I thought both teams were ready. We'll just get both sides just ready here. I think the streams just need to be resynced. I think one of the streams didn't have the delay on, so we're just going to get that sorted first, and once that's done, we'll get right back into the action. Just bear with us 2 moments, please. Okay, I've got confirmation that we have now got Dolly Eden's feed back up with the appropriate 60-second delay. As a reminder, Lovers in the Air will be attacking first for round 1, with slayEM on the defense. Let's return you to the feeds now, so you can see the action, as we get started here for round 1.
What? Jill! We're sending live directly to CET. Don't say stuff like that.
Probabilmente starta un minuto dopo perché ti registra prima uno.
Keep it PG-13, man.
Tutte le cose che ti danno.
PG-13, sure.
Vedetelo adesso.
No,
Senti che bello. Che
no,
bello.
ancora no, ancora non le sento, mi dispiace.
The name Telegram
Sì,
looking bored,
adesso le
though.
sento.
Ciao.
No, cioè questo lo sentiranno tra un
adesso
minuto.
questo senza un minuto.
Sei
che
stupido.
È rovinato.
Mamma mia, veramente. Veramente stupido comunque.
Bro, I haven't played at all for like 3 days. I'm gonna play with missile flash right now.
You're actually a joke, I swear.
Tu lo fai di base.
Ciao. parliamo.
Where is X2s when you need them?
I hope we get the
Attacca-
shit
appeso
together, so
come-
next, if we win, I don't have to play.
Yeah, if we win.
Guarda,
I think
organizziamo
they are
adesso.
attacking.
fa così,
So
tipo,
just
ti
like
fanno
one
tipo così.
backflip or they lost it.
We are defending. Get 95 FPS.
Ora
Slight
scoppia
little
il
thing there
server.
to just get us ready here. It does look like both teams are almost ready to go.
Yeah, I have 90 as well.
No, perché sei un minuto in ritardo, mo si vede.
Unlucky.
Lovers in the Air will be attacking first, and the match will be spare wheels. Looks like both teams are pretty much ready to go here, so let's get this fourth match underway. I'll give you a countdown, but I genuinely don't know when this is going to start.
There.
Yeah, oh my god, I can't pee, man.
And away we go. This is from Lovers in the Air's perspective. They are on the attack. This is spare wheels. It's a car theft. 7 minutes on the clock. Let's see what they have to offer.
Perfetto, perfetto.
So it's a little bit of abuse from the start there. Both teams ramming each other's vehicles. Both of them are going to make it there on time. Both Telegram and Dolly Eden are there on the point, but it does look like
PMG, Obbir, Oscar.
Surpass from slayEM is already in position.
Qua subito.
Chimsy has now got a cheeky little spot there across the road just to hold point and
Andiamo a pushare,
help defend.
bravissimo.
And here we go. First blood goes to Criminale, who gets a run over on Neon. Chimsy gets the pick on Telegram now as a grenade comes in from Chimsy onto Dolly Eden. Does miss the shot. Is he going to get the kill though? He is indeed. Fantastic. That is it's a 2-1 deficit, and here comes in another member from Lovers in the Air. Does manage to pick up the kill there. Criminale coming back in there, picking up the kill for Lovers in the Air. slayEM now at the deficit, but one member of slayEM has come in to help support Surpass, getting the pick on Criminale there with the OCA. As both teams now start to make their way back into reorganize, it's going to be
Io so.
Lovers in the Air at the disadvantage here. They're going to have to reorganize and see what they can do to push through. But it does look like the members of slayEM are opting to choose only one side to defend rather than using across the way. And here come the members of Lovers in the Air, trying to get some nades onto the point first, trying to find out where those members are. They're going to relay that information across as they can see them up top there. Chimsy driving straight across in his little Hanveo, trying to get an angle on Dolly Eden here, hoping that he's going to jump out at any second to try and go for the car. They're wasting a lot of time here though. Plenty of time on the clock, but I'm not sure what they're going to try and do here. Are they trying to blow up the vehicle? I think they might be, but Chimsy's having none of it. He gets a pick on Telegram. Telegram does get the pick on Criminale. It's a 2v2 now. Dolly Eden driving past to try and get out of there as his car is now smoking. Is he going to get out in time? He is indeed. Little bit of pressure there from slayEM's members. Does manage to get out. Is going to take a van to hopefully get a better position. But Telegram is still MIA as he just respawns next to Dolly Eden. Maybe they'll make something of that. Meanwhile, from slayEM's perspective, Neon's sitting comfortably in the middle there. Chimsy now regrouping and repositioning. They did try to blow up the vehicle to get it into a better position, but ultimately not good enough. Here comes a grenade from Dolly Eden. Doesn't get it. Chimsy gets out of the way in time with his vehicle. Good nade onto the car though, as we can see there. They're going to try and steal the item or steal the objective with no one watching, but Chimsy's having none of that and will stop them there. They do manage to blow up the vehicle though, so no car spawner across the way from this objective location. But not too difficult of a challenge for slayEM just yet. Lovers in the Air having a bit of difficulty organising themselves and coordinating some sort of attack here. Criminale kind of floating around inside, trying to find another way through and in. I'm not sure if the members of slayEM have noticed them yet. Bit of a slow start to begin with here. We'll see if anything picks up. And again, once again, in-game audio, there's not much of it. I do apologise.
He didn't see me.
Try and organise and adjust the audio levels as best as I can here to give you the best feed possible. But again, comms are quite loud. In-game audio, not so much, unfortunately. Surpass does get a pick on Criminale there. It's a 3v2 once again in favour of slayEM defending this as Dolly Eden now goes back to the start. Not sure the plan here. I'm hoping they're going to try and coordinate some sort of attack here. Meanwhile, slayEM just relaxing at the moment. Not too much pressure on the point yet. 2 minutes 55 on the clock. They're still looking around for them. I don't think they realise that they're They haven't even pushed in yet. Dolly Eden's just standing, well, in his vehicle right next to the objective.
With his car.
Really doing much with it. Criminale now trying to get an iron in and trying to get a push in on Chimsy. Or on one of the members of slayEM there. Chimsy getting some good damage there. Neon does get the pick on Criminale. His flank has been snuffed. Telegram still not really doing much for Lovers in the Air here. But he is still in position, but he hasn't really done too much to assist so far. Dolly Eden now trying to find a way through, possibly try and find a way around. Try to push slayEM off these defense spots, but here comes Dolly Eden getting a good few tags of the Oscar in. Telegram now getting pressured by Chimsy. Chimsy not able to get the pick there with the Obir. Now getting flanked now from another member of Lovers in the Air. I think that might be Telegram finally making a move, or Criminale respawning. Gets a good grenade onto Chimsy's vehicle, but not too much happening there. Meanwhile, Dolly Eden now is trying to get a flank all the way around, try and get behind the members of slayEM and see if he can get an angle. He has spotted one. Doesn't take the initiative. He's going to try and go for a grenade first, flush him out of the angle there. Whiffing quite a few shots. He's going to get pushed. Does get the kill though. Dolly Eden gets a pick there. Surpass also spots as Dolly Eden, and yep. Here comes the push. Chimsy getting a pick on Criminale there. Dolly Eden's going to try and sneak the item now. Is Chimsy going to notice it? Yes, indeed. He's got an aid on. Good shots from the OBIR, but not enough from Lovers in the Air to take the point. Only 1 minute 10 left on the clock here, and it looks like Lovers in the Air are going to try and blow up the vehicle again to possibly move it to a favourable location. But if you played APB enough, you'll know that they'll only respawn in 2 locations typically, and will only swap between the 2 unless another mission objective intersects it. So pretty straightforward for slayEM so far on the defense. Not too much pressure there. Almost a moment where Lovers in the Air could sneak the item out, but not too successful just yet. Again, they're just kind of circling with vehicles, not really doing too much here. Dolly Eden's trying to push through, doesn't really do much with it, is going to try and possibly push his way through, get some pressure onto Chimsy as Chimsy gets dropped by Telegram. Good support there and teamwork from Lovers in the Air. They're going to try and make a push now all the way through. Only 20 seconds left on the clock. This is going to be the last chance they get to get this objective. Unfortunately, Surpass does get the pick on Criminale and Dolly Eden. It's a 1v2 in favour of slayEM here, and they get the team wipe. Neon picking up Telegram there. 5 seconds left. They do get a close spawn, but he's not going to have enough time to get onto the point. So, round 1. Quite convincing victory there from slayEM. Superb defense, and well, Lovers in the Air are going to have to try and find something a little bit more substantial than that if they're going to make any sort of progress in this tournament. Lovers in the Air really taking to heart the never let them guess your next move to heart there. Making it very difficult to understand what the plan was. I don't really think they had any sort of tangible sort of strategy to approach this. But very convincing win there from slayEM. Fantastic defense, good mobility, good maneuvers. Always on the move, making it difficult for the attackers to identify where they are. Critical, obviously, as grenades are very well favoured in APB and used quite importantly in a lot of pushes and defences. So good use of the arena, effectively, or good use of the map to make it difficult for Lovers in the Air to get any sort of pressure onto the objective. They did almost get it. They did get the objective to about 75%, and if they were just on it a little bit longer, they would have possibly taken it. But good awareness, good perception, good coordination from slayEM. 1-0.
Sì. Ma ha detto un secondo anche Neo, quindi...
Ok. Raga, la prima è degli scemi.
Faccio una cosa, salvo il match.
Equip camera and the
bravo,
PC
minchia che
thing,
me l'hai
the
detto,
laptop.
zio.
Okay, I have the PC thing and
Meno male.
I don't have the camera.
You don't have the camera?
So, round 2, slayEM will be on the attack this
I
time,
only
and the
do
mission
laptop
is
thinking.
internal affairs.
6 stages.
We're just waiting for both teams to get ready here,
It's okay. What is the
and
final
round 2
stage?
will be underway.
Capture point.
We've seen how Lovers in the Air on the attack.
Area hold, I think.
Okay.
Let's see if their defense has any sort of answer to slayEM. And most importantly, we need to see how slayEM's attack and offensive will be in comparison.
Ma se io mi giro la macchina, perché prima era dietro.
Non puoi... Cioè, boh.
Vinny,
Sì,
it's investigate
effettivamente
and hack.
potrebbe avere senso, però
Especially-
boh.
Metti se siamo pronti.
You changed equipment? Actually, I didn't check.
I did change. So.
Is it right here?
Right here, yeah.
Right here.
And the mission is ready. Here we go. And round 2. Internal affairs. slayEM on the attack. Lovers in the air. On the defense here.
Well,
And it's very close by. It is right behind where the team started. And they're taking the initiative. Not wasting any time here. Dolly Eden going to try and get a grenade onto Chimsy there to stop him from getting a quick investigation. Good use of frag grenades there. Just over the wall. Chimsy not having it. He backs off.
Where the fuck are they?
There's two.
Trying to give him a little bit of confusion. Both teams having a bit of confusion there as to where the teammate, where the others are,
Someone went
and where each other are. Trying to get some intel here before they engage.
You
But Surpass has spotted Dolly Eden and Telegram from Lovers in the Air. Criminali getting first blood for Lovers in the Air for round 2 here. Excuse me, sorry, please excuse me. As Criminali gets the first pick on Neon there from slayEM,
Outside.
Oh, yeah, I see him, I see him.
I'm
or from Lovers in the Air rather. It does look like the members of Lovers in the Air are still... Well, they're not actually inside defending, they're opting to go for an outside-in defense, which is kind of interesting here, because that might throw off the members of slayEM when attacking. That being said, Chimsy does get the pick on Telegram as he pushes through, but looks like Dolly Eden's going to try and get an angle here. Does manage to get the pick. Fantastic kill there by Dolly Eden, as there's one remaining member of slayEM up top on that roof area, watching the action happen. An interesting strategy here from Lovers in the Air, opting not to defend inside, making it obvious for slayEM where they would be normally, and instead opting to hold short outside, making it harder for them to guess where the defenders are going to be. An interesting strategy, we'll see if it pays off, but I have a feeling that slayEM are going to be able to adapt to this strategy, as Chimsy no doubt spots all 3 members of Lovers in the Air, gets good nade on.
I'm nading,
Great nades in, but does get tagged by a nade from Lovers in the Air. Didn't see which member they're getting naded back though. It's just artillery fire of grenades going on. Telegram getting a pick on Chimsy there, finally. Dolly Eden does spot another member of slayEM trying to get onto the point. Both members of slayEM are now both in. And it's a hold, it's just holding the line as Criminali does get the pick on Neon. Surpass does get a pick on Telegram. Dolly Eden now in danger as one member comes through, but Criminali comes in and sweeps. It's another it's a team wipe for Lovers in the Air against slayEM. Fantastic play there. Chimsy now on the other hand sneaking in from behind. I don't think they realise. No, they do, but that's fantastic play by Chimsy. Wow. 2 good Obeah bursts there, getting some decent damage on. Dolly is trying to find an angle. That grenade didn't find purchase, did a little bit of damage, but not enough. Chimsy is going to have to try and find some answer. Neon is now coming in from behind. He's not going to give Eden any sort of angle to defend from or any sort of cover as he's getting flanked from both sides. Neon does get the pick. We don't know where the other members of Lovers in the Air are, but it does look like slayEM are going to take the first point here. No, Telegram is up top. Does get picked up by Surpass. Good coordination from the team as all 3 members of slayEM now by the objective. Chimsy doing the points. They're going to hold this and take stage 1. Stage 2, 5 minutes on the clock. It's a single hack objective as they kind of pick up the last few members there. Criminali getting a perfect 5-shot TTK with the PMG there. Neon getting the pick on Dolly Eden. And another member from slayEM getting a pick on one of the members from Lovers in the Air. Dolly Eden now has made his way already to the next defensive location, Objective C, which is once again a hack objective. They are going to probably put some of their car spawners down so they can get back into the action quickly in case anything happens. But they'll need to be quick because slayEM are hot on their heels as they go up towards the highway to possibly get some overwatch here and provide some good support cover whilst they close in on the defending members of Lovers in the Air. But Dolly Eden's got the same idea. He comes up the overpass from the other direction, and we're going to have a heads up right here.
There's no one on the highway.
There is.
Yeah, okay, yeah, one guy, but there's no one.
And they are relaying the information to say that there are members of Lovers in the Air on the highway. They don't see the second guy.
Behind you, Chimsy.
It looks like all three members of slayEM are up on the highway. One of them has jumped down. Chimsy trying to sneak the objective whilst the other members get distracted. But here comes Dolly Eden. He does spot it. He does spot the move. But the other defending members of slayEM are going to pick him up here as the other two provide cover as much as possible. Chimsy not really having any difficulty whatsoever. Great coordination from slayEM there as he immediately rushes to the next objective, which was only about 70 meters away. They might get this very quickly. The spawn point locations from Lovers in the Air not looking good in their favor at all. And Chimsy is going to get on there quickly. Is he going to get this done in time? I don't know if Telegram is going to get in position here to actually defend this in time before he takes it. It doesn't look like it, and that's a free cap, or a free objective, or free stage rather, for for slayEM. And once again, they have the advantage here as they are closer to the next attack objectives, going for a very quick and aggressive strategy here on the attack, making it harder for the defenders to actually set up. And I think this is all they're going to need, because the defenders still miles behind. They're trying to get in position as quickly as they can. Criminale Telegram going to make it there first with Eden trailing at the back here. They're going to try and find the members of slayEM. But slayEM are already on the inside of this courtyard area, already doing the objectives. They've already got one of them done. The second raid target's going to be done any second now, most likely. But it doesn't look like... Oh, never mind. Criminale has managed to sneak in for Lovers in the Air. And here comes Dolly Eden finding another member of slayEM. He's not going to get the pick, though, as Surpass does outshoot him with the OCA, as the remaining members of slayEM are still in. Now, if you're watching this and you're confused as to why the attackers are defending, I don't blame you either. It does look like slayEM are just controlling the area as much as they possibly can before committing to taking the objective. But it does look like Chimsy is now going to make his way back into the point. The other two members of slayEM are already there. They're just making sure that the area is clear, that they can take the point. Neon has found one of the members of Lovers in the Air. Surpass does get the pick on Telegram a little bit earlier on. In case you missed that, it was a good nade up from, I believe, Telegram from... no, it's Criminale. Once again, he's managed to sneak his way back into this courtyard area, and he's darted out. But in the meantime, slayEM have managed to pick up the 2 items on this raid point. We go to stage 5, a 2-item drop-off, and then will be a single point hold for the final stage of this round, if they manage to make it there. Lovers in the Air are trying to spot the members of slayEM before they make it to the drop-off to see if they can stop them from delivering the items straight away. But I don't think they realise that slayEM can just go a completely different direction here with the items, or even run a distraction. I think the message has been caught on, so Lovers in the Air are retreating to the next drop-off point to defend it as much as they can. It's Tiptoes car park once again. This should be quite interesting. It's going to be difficult for both teams here, as there are plenty of options and avenues to attack and defend from. Lovers in the Air are going to have to guess pretty well on how slayEM are going to approach, and alternatively, slayEM could get quite lucky and sneak all their way in. Does look like Chimsy has spotted Dolly Eden, but I think he spotted him on the minimap as well. Just floating around in his vehicle using the Vegas' high HP as cover before they start making some sort of defensive play here. Surpass has made their way in as well. One of the members of slayEM have managed to sneak their way in. Both Criminale and Telegram holding short near the objective. Dolly Eden just floating around trying to find the members of slayEM as they make their way in. Chimsy now has managed to sneak his way onto the second floor. I don't think they realise that he's here. He's going to drop all the way down and see if he can push from below, as the other two members of slayEM are going to push in from above. Neon's up there. Criminale does get a pick on Surpass. It's a 2v3 now for slayEM on the offensive here. They're going to group up and they're going to push all the way through by the looks of it. Dolly Eden now sneaking all the way up to the top. I don't think he even realises where the members of slayEM are, but he might try to sneak all the way behind them here.
He went around, middle's clear, I think. That's there.
And they have finally found each other. Dolly Eden kind of in trouble here. Neon does get the pick on Telegram. Criminale does get a pick on Neon, though. Chimsy getting the pick on Dolly Eden. Chimsy is going to go for it here, I reckon. Criminale does get the pick on Surpass. That PMG is really coming in clutch for Lovers in the Air here. Now, let's see if Chimsy can do anything. No, it's an ace by Criminale and his PMG. A team wipe by him and him alone for Lovers in the Air. Good defense so far. 2 minutes 30 left on the clock. The items are very close to the drop-off indeed. We're going to have to wait and see what slayEM can do here. They might need to have an answer for Criminale's PMG. He's kind of the MVP for Lovers in the Air here, providing all the defense they need. Dolly Eden not really able to do too much here, and Telegram kind of getting taken out before he can make any sort of impression here. Neon finding Dolly Eden there in the central staircase, while Criminale holds the central staircase down as much as he can. Neon's going to try and probably get an angle here on him to try and push him away from that central staircase so he can get the items onto the point. But nonetheless, we have the members of slayEM now on the bottom floor. They're going to push from the ground up, all the way up here. Good nades on from Lovers in the Air there, as both Chimsy and Neon try to push this front central staircase. They do get on, they do get a pick on Telegram. It's not the man they're after. Here comes Criminale from behind, getting a double kill with Dolly Eden providing support there from behind. Fantastic pincer maneuver there. Snuffing that slayEM approach completely. 1 minute 30 on the clock here. This may indeed be a lot closer than we expected initially, especially with the outing of Lovers in the Air on the attack of the first stage here. But now things are starting to heat up. Only 1 minute 20 left on the clock. There aren't going to be many more attack opportunities here for slayEM to get this cap, and the items are not in the best of location, but they are close. It isn't far. They don't need to travel far once they've got them to drop them off. Telegram holding right on the point. Criminale holding the second floor with Dolly Eden. Great nade there by Telegram onto Chimsy. Chimsy's going to be in a spot of bother here as Dolly Eden does get a pick on Surpass. The attack of slayEM is falling apart here as they kind of panic a little bit. Telegram getting a 4-shot from the Colby 45. He runs away with epinephrine, runs up to the main stage, trying to bait Chimsy into a pincer maneuver again. But here comes Neon for them. They managed to sneak the items out. They're going to get it on the point. Lovers in the Air don't even realise that they have the items. And they've snuck it from under their noses. Lovers in the Air had all the opportunity to win that, and they didn't see the maneuver. They managed to push Telegram off the way. Criminale was nowhere to be seen. They do manage to get the picks there. Chimsy getting Telegram and Neon getting a pick on Dolly Eden, but Criminale's nowhere to be seen. It is finally a courtyard area behind the Samparo City Council. It's a single checkpoint hold. King of the Hill. Another close quarters encounter here as Surpass gets a pick on Criminale. And a couple of kills there from slayEM. But they do have and start the lead, the point lead, by taking the objective first here. As they start to get their vehicles into position here with either ammo or a mobile resupply. They're putting ammo close to the point, so they have grenades at the ready. Looking to blow up the vehicles of Lovers in the Air as Surpass gets a pick on Dolly Eden, trying to sneak his way in onto the point here.
Yeah, that's like, what's the difference?
Can you go like Oscar?
That being said, it does look like both Criminale and Telegram are just waiting on the opposite side of the Samparo City Council in the centre of the map, waiting to push in with Dolly Eden as he gets ready to respawn here. Uses epinephrine to not waste any valuable seconds here. 5 minutes 45 on the clock. Plenty of time for Lovers in the Air to retake this objective and start reducing that point deficit. Criminale and Telegram getting a 2-kill there on Surpass and Neon, with Chimsy being the last man alive for him. Can he get the 3-man here and hold this point down? Dolly Eden getting some good shots there from the Oscar, with Telegram with close support at the top. Chimsy getting pincered down, Criminale finishing it all off, and Lovers in the Air retake the objective. A fairly decent point lead there for slayEM, but now it's all up to them to make the attack. We've seen Lovers in the Air defending these close choke point areas quite well. As Neon gets spotted out in the car park, the spawns are not going to be great for slayEM here if they want to try and get back in, and that point deficit is slowly closing down. But here comes Chimsy once again, going up top this time as opposed to going below. Coming in from the southwest as he makes his engagement onto Criminale, but Criminale's PMG proves too much for him. Despite the 4 shots on, Criminale is in low HP if one other member of Lovers in the Air. Fantastic concussion grenade there from one of the members of slayEM onto Dolly Eden, pushing him away from the objective. Criminale's providing support there underneath. Neon's going to try and sneak his way in, doesn't realise that the members of Lovers in the Air know where he is. He doesn't spot any of them. Good nade though, good prediction nade. Neon manages to neutralise the point before Lovers in the Air managed to get the managed to retake the lead with points. Surpass gets a pick on Criminale here as Neon starts to push his way in. Other members of the other 2 members of slayEM have managed to sneak their way in, get a pick on Dolly Eden as well. Surpass's OCA really coming in clutch there, taking off 2 members. I believe it's Telegram is last in, but they're not going to be able to hold it, and slayEM I don't think realise that Telegram is nowhere near to defend this. They finally do manage to retake the point and will start gaining a larger point lead here. But here come the members of the Lovers in the Air. They're going to make an aggressive push together here, probably. Looking to pre-nade some angles and possibly push any of the defenders out of their locations, but I think Chimsy has an idea of where they're going to be coming from, and that nade will give away their position quite well. It's both two members of Lovers in the Air push from attack and blow at the same time. Telegram gets a pick on Surpass there. Good use of the 45. Good teamwork here from Lovers in the Air. Much better than the first round, as Chimsy tries to hold off Dolly Eden with his 45. Gets a few good shots on. Dolly Eden is now using that small little bit of cover that he has. All three members of Lovers in the Air are now in. Good nade there from Neon as he manages to get a pick on there. Criminale getting picked up by a 45 from Chimsy. One member of Lovers in the Air is left. They have managed to capture the point in the meantime, though. He is stuck on the stairs here. They could pincer him. It could be dangerous, though. I believe it is Telegram who is on the staircase as one member from slayEM is now going to pincer him. There we go. There's Surpass flushing him out, and Chimsy pushing him off, finishing him off there as they retake the point. Lovers in the Air trying to stay in contention here and keep that point deficit as close to 0 as possible so they can take the lead here. Dolly Eden almost on the way back in, and the other members of Lovers in the Air coming back in. Criminale is going to be supporting him here. They do opt to not take the point immediately. They want to get positions in the courtyard first, but it looks like Surpass is going to spot him. He doesn't spot him. Dolly Eden whiffs his shots there. Surpass managing to pick up the fumble. Chimsy holding high as he spots Criminale once again. That PMG is really becoming a problem for slayEM, as Chimsy has to retreat to not die here. Manages to catch him off guard as Criminale just has absolutely no idea where he's gone. Neon has outpushed, and Surpass picks up the last kill on Lovers in the Air, getting another team wipe, but Dolly Eden's now going to try and make his way in. Very good strategy here by slayEM by desyncing the respawn timers of all the members of Lovers in the Air. Is going to make it very difficult for them to coordinate, and they'll have to waste more valuable seconds getting back together and getting a push ready. And in the meantime, that point deficit just gets larger and larger, and slayEM get closer and closer to a second point under their belt. Criminale and Dolly Eden now opting to push in from the southwest from underneath. Leon does spot them early, though. This is kind of dangerous. All three members of slayEM are here, of Lovers in the Air are here, fumbling an aid there, Telegram did. Chimsy now opting to hold a slightly different angle. They're going to try and get nades at the ready. Criminale's going to be in trouble here with that nade. He's not really got many angles, not much area to push from. Telegram does get the pick on Neon there. Surpass getting a pick on Criminale. And Dolly Eden getting the pick on Surpass there. It's a 2v1 once again. He's going to try and find a good nade here. Does manage to find Chimsy. A very good predicted nade there. Chimsy now in trouble. He's going to bail to try and stay in this fight whilst he recovers. Telegram on the pursuit as Dolly Eden captures the point here. This is probably going to go to overtime if slayEM can't retake immediately, but it does look like the members of slayEM are about to all push together now, as the members of Lovers in the Air are a little bit disconnected from each other. Managing to resupply quickly there just to get ready for the next onslaught from slayEM. Chimsy making his way in, and here they comes. Oh no, Surpass gets an accidental grenade kill on Neon as Telegram picks up Chimsy there. Lovers in the Air now not in a bad spot. slayEM really fumbling that, as Surpass is the last man alive for slayEM to try and make a push here, but they're going to wait. They've got plenty of time on their hands. There's a huge point deficit. They don't have to worry too much here, but Lovers in the Air holding a pretty strong defense here, and they're going to need to hold it for considerably longer as we go into overtime. Chimsy now going to try and sync up with Neon as they make a push. Surpass going to push from the opposite angle, not going to give any cover, well, not going to give Lovers in the Air any cover to shoot from, and really snuff them out. Some good nades here. That's a fantastic grenade onto Dolly Eden, who's now in a serious amount of trouble. Chimsy is too, as he takes a nade, but Surpass comes in, sweeps up the kill. Another member of Lovers in the Air found by Chimsy there, as Criminale does manage to pick off Surpass. It's almost done, though. Chimsy would have to just take this and not worry about Criminale pushing in. They've done it. And that's 2-0 to slayEM. Quite an intense match there right in the end, but if Lovers in the Air were just able to hold on just a little bit longer, they may have been able to neutralise and equal the score. But once again, slayEM pushing through with superior tactics and strategy, better coordination, better teamwork. 2-0. We're going to have to wait and see what Lovers in the Air are going to opt to do here. They are starting to put up a much better fight against slayEM compared to their first round, and if we're going to see this ramp up of skill and capability from them, we might see some closer matches. It was definitely close there for slayEM on multiple occasions. They genuinely could have lost that one, but were able to pull through in the face of adversity.
secondo
quel
me no,
momento lì era da
secondo me
ultare,
no. Sì,
probabilmente.
secondo me no, non c'era tempo. Cioè, mi hanno tirato la nade dopo, mentre tu eri...
Ma ragazzi, cazzo, noi non
Damn,
abbiamo mai
that was
fatto
close.
track insieme, cioè, ma stiamo scherzando,
Nella,
guarda che cazzo stiamo facendo.
nella parte in cui tu eri più lontano
So,
possibile,
just
cioè,
one more
che
round to go here before we have a faction swap and a 10-minute break to let our teams get ready. But so far, a good outing from slayEM. Fantastic performance there. Love is in the air now, starting to pick up the pace and really start to match. And, well, I think they've given themselves a little bit of a wake-up call here as to what they are required to do here and what level of competitiveness they're going to need to really put up a fight against slayEM. But we'll have to wait and see what Love is in the air do now on the offensive. slayEM on the defensive once again. As we go to round 3 here in just a moment. We're just going to wait for both teams to get prepared once again, and then round 3 shall commence.
Fra, c'hai ragione. Però il fatto è che comunque avrebbero tirato nade su nade al centro.
No, ma ne hanno due, ne hanno una volta che pushano, poi devono tornare indietro a prenderle. Basta che gli fai sprecare le nade, capito? Se gli fai sprecare le nade, loro non hanno più niente per pushare, devono pushare nudi.
Ci hanno bombato per le nade, zio.
Ma come noi quando li pushavamo comunque, solo le nade.
Una volta eravamo anche in due perché tipo siamo andati in delay con uno spawn di noi. E ci abbiamo provato lo stesso, mi ricordo.
620.
Where's laser moonwalking?
Dai, possiamo recuperare, è brutto.
I'm ready.
Veramente, siamo arrivati close tutte e due le volte. No, la prima vabbè.
Oh, andiamo.
And here we go. Love is in the air on the attack for the Wages of Sin. A 1-point raid objective. 5 minutes on the clock. And both teams neck and neck as they race towards the Samparo City Council to see who they can... which team can take a dominating presence of the area. Secure the area first and maybe take the point or defend it. Chimsy getting an early grenade kill there on one of the members of Love is in the air. As Love is in the air managed to sneak in and do the point. I don't think Chimsy has realised, but here comes Chimsy now. A bit of a panic nade there from Dolly Eden. 2 panic nades there from Dolly Eden as the members of slayEM now push in to swoop the kill. All 3 members of slayEM getting a little bit of damage there on Dolly Eden as Surpass gets a quick kill to finish off Criminale's PMG once again. Dolly Eden getting a kill on Neon there, one of the nades finding purchase, taking out one of the defenders from slayEM as Telegram waits patiently. I don't think he realised he's been spotted, but he will now as a full burst of the Obeer goes straight into him. He tries to retreat there back into the shopping mall, whilst the other members of Love is in the air are going to attack from a different angle here, from the opposite direction. Hopefully throwing them off. Chimsy rotating now to try and see where these members are coming from, but I don't think he's spotted them just yet. If they can stay under the radar long enough, they might be able to get into a striking distance here and cause a little bit of problems for them. I don't think he realises that the other 2 members of Love is in the air are going to sneak right under his nose as Telegram runs the distraction for them. Chimsy gets the pick, doesn't realise, is going to keep an eye on the point though. This is fantastic. This is fantastic. Fantastic stealth here from Love is in the air, but it's not enough as Neon does get the Oscar kill there, defending. Surpass gets the pick on Criminale. It's another team wipe there for slayEM on Love is in the air. A very good strategy there from Love is in the air. They almost managed to sneak it from under their nose, but just not enough. 3 minutes left on the clock now as we hear for another push by Love is in the air. The defenders, slayEM, are going to try and spot where these team members of Love is in the air have spawned from. Surpass does get a pick on Telegram, who's opted to run in by himself there. Probably not the best idea considering. However, it does look like Dolly Eden now is going to try and find another way to push in here. Chimsy, once again, just keeping an eye on the points, keeping an eye on the southwest side of this area, just to see if they push in from there. Criminale and Telegram now almost in striking position. They are miles out of the way. They're just waiting for the other 2 members of Love is in the air to come back in. They're wasting valuable time here to take this point. It is almost completed. They won't need long once they get on it to take it. Criminale's now in the area, ready to go. Neon's trying to put some pressure onto the Fresno that is being driven by Dolly Eden as he jumps out here. They're going to try and do this engagement outside, push him out of the corners as Surpass gets a pick on Telegram, trying to sneak in from the other side. They are trying this 2v1 distraction tactic. Criminale now trying to find Chimsy as Dolly Eden gets a few shots on target. Chimsy retreating here to get some distance with his Obeer and try and catch them as they come through the corridors. Dolly Eden now looking to try and get a good nade on close, seeing if anyone's holding short right behind the sneaky spot behind the objective. Doesn't spot it, doesn't have a nade come in from Neon. Neon does get picked up by Dolly Eden though. They are going to try and jump onto this point as Chimsy now manages to catch him just before the point is taken. Good defense there from slayEM as they managed to stop it just before they managed to take it. Surpass picking up the last member of Lovers in the Air. Another team wipe. Telegram not having a lot of luck here as all 3 members of Lovers in the Air spawn exactly at the same time from the same spawn point. They are going to rush this as hard as they possibly can. 1 minute 15 left on the clock now. They haven't got a lot of time to make something happen here. And with those 2 car spawners nearby, slayEM can get back in onto the defensive action, even if they get picked off here. They just need to keep the attackers away from them. Good nade there by CommunityEventsTeam picking up Surpass. That OCA is now out of the action for this push. They might be able to take this now. Chimsy is holding short. I don't think Dolly Eden realises he's there. Good nade in from above. It does look like Neon's going to hold above, manages to pick off Telegram. CommunityEventsTeam's going to jump in. They do manage to take the point. Chimsy does manage to kill Dolly Eden, but it's not quick enough this time. They do manage to get the point. We're on to stage 2, another raid objective 300 meters away. Lovers in the Air managing to just scrape through by the skin of their teeth to the second stage here. Gives them a little bit of breathing room with 4 minutes 40 now on the clock to get to the next objective. They are going to fight for this item instead of go for the point, as CommunityEventsTeam does get the kill there on Chimsy with his PMG. That PMG really doing a lot of work for Lovers in the Air here. Well, I should say CommunityEventsTeam doing a lot of work for Lovers in the Air here on the offense. They do manage to spot Neon as they drive past the gas station. They are going to possibly rush this point as quickly as they can. Maybe take a leaf out of the playbook from slayEM and throw them off as quickly as possible. They're pretty sure that the members of slayEM are not in position to defend this, so Dolly Eden jumps on straight away. Chimsy is in position but won't find a spot. Dolly Eden decides to jump off as a nade gets close to him but doesn't actually hit him. Neon does manage to find Dolly Eden now, and Chimsy manages to pick him off. As the last member of Lovers in the Air is just sitting in a bank truck, gets 2 concussion grenades on him. Surpass is going to chase him down as he jumps out. Telegram now being chased down by Surpass. Fairly certain he will die here in just a moment. He does indeed. Surpass taken out there. Members of Lovers in the Air regrouping once again to see what they can do here, but this is giving slayEM valuable time to assess the situation, look at what options they have to defend from, what angles they can take, and most importantly, keep an eye out to see which direction Lovers in the Air are going to be approaching from. Both teams are here just getting ready to make a push, and here we go. The members of Lovers in the Air now starting to push the highway now, trying to get highway control so they can push down and keep an eye on the surrounding hallways and alleyways down below where the objective is. CommunityEventsTeam up on the overpass as well with Dolly Eden from a different direction, opting to use the Oscar outside of its effective range. Probably not the best idea here. Chimsy holding short underneath as Surpass decides to hold the overpass near the porta cabins. He's probably going to try and get an aid on Dolly Eden's vehicle here if he's not careful. Does manage to spot Surpass. Surpass doesn't spot the move from Dolly Eden as they get pincered by CommunityEventsTeam and Dolly Eden. Chimsy does spot this maneuver. Isn't able to do too much. Is now going to hold short underneath the overpass, kind of snuffing out the attack direction from Lovers in the Air, but they are going to try and sneak onto the point here as Dolly Eden now makes his way towards the objective, does spot Neon. Nades coming in from the other members of Lovers in the Air to try and distract them long enough so that Dolly Eden can take this point uncontested. But here comes another member from slayEM from the opposite direction. He does get tagged quite hard there. Little tagger on top of them so they can see where he's going. Telegram swapping to an HVR now, managing to pick off Chimsy as Dolly Eden just stalks Neon from behind one of the pillars of the overpass. CommunityEventsTeam right up above him on the overpass, not really able to support here too much as one of the car spawners is used by Chimsy for slayEM as he gets back on top of the overpass here to try and spot the members of Lovers in the Air. Most importantly, Telegram to try and snuff out the HVR that's holding out on the overpass. Surpass getting a pick there on Dolly Eden as he tries to get close to the objective. Chimsy finding Telegram and another team wipe there by slayEM on Lovers in the Air. Surpass getting a pick on CommunityEventsTeam there as well, who is trying to sneak his way onto the point. 1 minute 15 left on the clock. It's going to go down to the wire once again. Can we see Lovers in the Air possibly scrape through another stage here to get to stage 3, which will be another single point raid?
Devi solo fargli perdere tempo, più che altro, non so che fanno.
1 minute left on the clock now. Dolly Eden going up top to try and find the members of slayEM.
One last
Remember, Telegram does have the HVR, could utilise the overpass very well here. Very good grenade by Chimsy, blowing up the vehicle almost, or at least setting it on fire so the car spawner can't be used. Dolly Eden getting a pick there on the OCA. Surpasses OCA. Surpasses down now. Telegram trying to find an angle on Chimsy, not giving him any angle to really defend from or stop Dolly Eden pushing onto the point. Does manage to find Neon from directly above. He's in. He's in now. Dolly Eden gets a 2v, gets them down to a 3v1 scenario. Chimsy's completely out of position here. Won't be able to defend this point. And once again, Love's in the air. Scrape through to the third stage. 5 minutes on the clock now and another raid objective to go. Telegram getting the pick there on Chimsy as he tries to rush in and defend this objective. But Love's in the air, make it to stage 3 now. And this is going to give slayEM a bit of time to get towards the objective. They do get favourable spawn points now, but slayEM are going to see all 3 members of Love's in the air diving in on the same vehicle. Telegram using car surfer there, of all things. Something we haven't seen in this tournament yet, I don't think.
He didn't want Telegram.
Chimsy now finding the other members of Love's in the air, and it's a heads up. Dolly Eden getting the pick there on Chimsy. Criminale and Telegram just lurking around. Telegram using the range of the HVR there to provide support as much as possible as the other members of slayEM are inside the courtyard behind. Surpass is going to hold short by the double doors just behind the objective. Criminale getting a pick on Neon is going to push all the way through here to try and defend Dolly Eden as he takes his objective. Good grenade in by Criminale, but here comes Chimsy from behind. They don't spot him. He manages to sneak in onto the highway using a car spawner that was already there. Surpass now going to try and push out and finish him off. Chimsy getting the support and takes out Criminale. Dolly Eden is now stuck right next to the point with Surpass about to rush him from any direction. Fantastic grenade by Dolly Eden. Is he going to be able to take this point before Chimsy can drop him with his Obear at range? He opts not to go for it. Chimsy is just going to hold upstairs on the highway here just to see what he can do. Neon is in position now to help defend from the outside in. And Dolly Eden's just flanking around to try and find a way to take this objective, but unless they have some sort of range, they're not really going to be able to do much. So the question is, where's Telegram? Telegram is going to be vital here if they want to take this objective, as Neon now uses the other hallway across from the objective to make sure they have every single angle covered, preventing the lurking attackers of Lovers in the Air from trying to sneak this objective once again. They're learning from their mistakes. Surpass now trying to push in on Dolly Eden. Dolly Eden whiffs his shot. Surpass gets the kill there. One vital position that they really should have held if they were going to take this objective. 2 minutes 40 left on the clock as Chimsy now finds Telegram, who's going to do a heads up with him. Good 2 bursts of the Obear onto Telegram there. Telegram is going to try and do something. Does manage to blow up the car spawner, so if Chimsy dies now, he will not be able to get back. He opts to go off the overpass here. I think he thinks that they won't need to stay there for much longer, as Dolly Eden now is looking to try and chase Chimsy away. Telegram is now going to use the overpass to provide cover for his teammates as they push in towards the objective once again. But remember, Surpass and Neon are lurking somewhere close to this marker, and there's Surpass trying to get a grenade onto the Vegas and blow it up so they can't use it. Neon now nading the other corridor to see where the other member of Lovers in the Air is. But he's not there. Chimsy now spotting Dolly Eden. Gets 2 good bursts on. It's an Oscar versus an Obear. The Oscar, designed in mind for the mid to short range encounters, does get the upper hand on Chimsy there. Is trying to push in. Neon spots him as well. Criminale does get the pick on Surpass. It's a 3v1 now. Neon is the last man alive for slayEM here, and Dolly Eden's going to jump straight onto the point and try and take this. If Neon's able to jump out, Criminale providing support here. 1 minute 20 on the clock. They're going to take this one quite comfortably. Telegram in a really good position providing defense as Chimsy is not able to get back in and defend. Stage 4. 2 small items and a medium item to drop off. 544 meters away. It's going to give slayEM plenty of time to get there. We'll have to see how quickly Lovers in the Air can mobilize and get there before the defenders. If they can, they might be able to go straight to the next drop. Neon getting the pick there on Telegram. It's a 2v3 here as the remaining members of Lovers in the Air are going to take the highway and go straight over towards the drop. This drop-off point just underneath the highway by that elevated car spawn location.
Dite vattene in un'altra strada, non ti fare vedere.
I think they're going to try and push up, down, or down from up. Sorry, the location is further away than I anticipated. It's actually out in the open. This is kind of a bad drop-off spot for Lovers in the Air, as both Chimsy and Neon driving side by side almost, or top and bottom as they make their way towards the drop-off. Plenty of opportunities here for slayEM to get some pretty disgusting angles on the drop-off. slayEM don't have to worry too much. He opts to go for a CR762, the Obeya rifle, as known by many. Chimsy there getting a pick on Dolly Eden, and once again the members of Lovers in the Air losing the items critically in the middle of the road. Not a good idea here, not a good spot for the items to be, and if the members of slayEM recognise where the items are, this could be a huge problem for Lovers in the Air to get any further through this round. Both Criminale, Telegram and Dolly Eden all going on to the overpass here to try and push Chimsy and the others away. Chimsy now just safely getting out of danger, relinquishing the highway. They don't need to stay up there, of course. Telegram not opting to go on the overpass and provide support. But then again, this is a terrible drop-off location for Lovers in the Air. So many different angles that slayEM can hold from, and so it's such an open area. This is going to be very difficult for Lovers in the Air to drop these items off. But here comes Criminale trying to put some pressure onto Chimsy here, so he cannot defend from the highway up here. Neon now coming to the aid of Chimsy, going to push Criminale away, as Dolly Eden now spawns from the other direction and is going to possibly try and sweep any remaining defenders away from this immediate vicinity of the drop-off, or maybe try to sneak an item on while no one's looking. That might be the best play here. Chimsy making quick work and causing Criminale to retreat outside of here. Surpass holding short here. They do spot one of the members. Telegram is now trying to make a move in. Dolly Eden does manage to grab all the items, but before he can get back in his vehicle, Chimsy gets the pick. Telegram does manage to get a kill on Surpass, but Neon blows up Criminale's vehicle as Criminale tries to dive in and prevent Chimsy from killing Dolly Eden. A little bit of lack of coordination there from Lovers in the Air. They weren't able to really make that play work, but hopefully with 1 minute 50 left on the clock, they'll have just enough time to take this to the next stage. Quite an uphill struggle here for Lovers in the Air. They really can't afford to lose this match as well, otherwise it will be match point for slayEM. Neon is now just holding near the items. He's spotted them. He knows exactly where they are. Chimsy getting that information as well. Gets tagged by Telegram, who's holding close towards the objective, or close towards the items, providing as much support as he can with the HVR there. Good grenades coming in there from slayEM and Chimsy. Chimsy does manage to find Dolly Eden. Criminale does get the pick, and it does look like Dolly Eden's going to make a run for it. Doesn't make it. Neon and Surpass able to slow him down there.
You ran out of memory.
No, shit.
God, you fucking troll.
It's okay, it's 1 minute. We can defend it.
Post switch, now I'm getting all the viewers.
Prendo un angolo, che cazzo devo fare?
We've just lost the feed from Chimsy. It should be back in a moment. It's just gone to a black screen. So we're going to be stuck with the perspective of Lovers in the Air. And here comes Dolly Eden with Criminale and Telegram in position, ready to try and make a push here. Only 40 seconds left on the clock here. They're going to have to make some sort of massive rush. Criminale does manage to get the pick on Surpass. It's a 2v3 now in favour of Lovers in the Air. They're going to try and rush the items. Neon does get the pick on Criminale, though. It's a 2v2 now. Dolly Eden's going to just dive straight onto the points and drop something off here. 20 seconds left on the clock. Neon does get a good nade onto the vehicle and is putting some all-important pressure onto Dolly Eden. Dolly Eden's now getting distracted, going to get the push there. Does manage to get the kill. Only 12 seconds left on the clock. There is a fence in the way. Is he going to make it in time? No. 6 seconds left on the clock. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He fucked up. He didn't make it in time. Excuse my language. He messed up the juggle there with the medium item. He was so close to getting it, but choked at the last second. 3-0 to slayEM. And now it's time for a quick 10-minute break as we let both of our teams swap factions and go to the opposite faction. Match point for slayEM. What an intense last stage there. They almost got it. They almost had that and managed to get it to the next stage, but unfortunately Dolly Eden probably got a little bit nervous there and fumbled at the last possible moment. Incredibly unfortunate. Commiserations there for Lovers in the Air. They've got all the work cut out for them as it's 3-0 to slayEM, as slayEM will now be on the attack on their criminals, as Lovers in the Air will be swapping to their enforcers to defend for round 4. Match point to slayEM. And if you need to get a drink or go to the toilet, now is the appropriate time. A quick 10-minute break for you. Stay tuned. And for those who have just joined us, welcome to the CET Open 2022. I'm your caster Kempington, and we are on the fourth match, the last of the quarterfinals here. slayEM versus Lovers in the Air. slayEM taking a dominating lead so far, 3-0. Lovers in the Air not really able to answer. Well, not really having an answer so far. We'll have to wait and see if that's all going to change, but if we want to see them actually potentially win this, they're going to have to win every single round in a row now. A very tall order, and not something that we've seen any team able to do thus far. But if you missed out, yesterday we had G-Kings versus Last Chance, a very dominating presence from G-Kings, making it a 4-0 sweep. The week before that, we had Smartless versus Ultimate Matori, a much closer match than what we've seen in the tournament so far, with Matori really keeping up and making it 2-2. Smartless then getting 3-2, and then at the last possible second of a single checkpoint hold, able to just prevent Ultimate Matori from equalising and getting us to the special final tiebreaker mission. And thus Smartless winning 4-2. And then before that, our first match of the tournament, we saw Godsting go up against Venia. Venia having a good outing, putting up a good fight, but ultimately not enough, as Godsting were able to beat them to the post each round and secure a 4-0 victory. We're coming up towards the end of the break here, 5 minutes left to go. We're just waiting for both teams to be prepared and ready. They have moved and swapped over to factions, swapped factions rather. I think Lovers in the Air are just waiting for one of their members to get online and get ready to go. But so far, it looks like the prediction is actually not coming true this time. Or have I read this the wrong way around? No, I have read it the wrong way around. Looks like the prediction is right. It looks like the viewers of this game and the voters for this tournament definitely know their players, definitely know their teams, and are right by saying slayEM are going to probably make it through to the semi-finals. It would be an incredible comeback, and probably the comeback of the century, if Lovers in the Air are able to get 4 wins in a row now. Will be quite remarkable to see, but I honestly don't think we're going to see that happen. They might take 1 round or 2, but I think ultimately slayEM are going to make it through to the next round against Godsting. But it could all change. Everything's still up for grabs. It's all to play for. We'll play the all-important 4th round next, with match point to slayEM very soon. And we're going to get you back into the feeds now. It looks like both teams are ready to rumble for round 4 here, so let's get you right back into the match. So, slayEM will be on the attack here for round 4. Once again, it is match point. And it'll be box lock and 52 barrel. So, in any second now, round 4 will be underway. And here we go. First objective is an arson single point objective as the members of Loves in the Air get spun around by the vehicles from slayEM as they are able to make their way first there. Both Swivels and Neon making their way to the objective first. But Dolly Eden managing to catch up with Swivels there as he manages to potentially abuse the vehicle there. Zach 2, another member of Lovers in the Air, is making their way towards the objective as they get out short, get their car spawners in position and begin the engagement. They're already on the point here and they've managed to sneak the objective before Lovers in the Air could even get onto the defense point. Swivels managing to get a pick on Zach 2 there as Dolly Eden finds Vindaro, drops him. But Chimsy is already on his way, or Swivels, and is going to take the next objective immediately. Lovers in the Air are just nowhere near. They need to pick up their game quickly here. This is match point. They could be out of the tournament if they're not careful. Or they will be out of the tournament if they're not careful and they don't manage to stop this onslaught and this quick attack from slayEM. Next objective is very close by as Chimsy, again, uncontested, going to take stage 3 without anything, really. Zach 2 and Dolly Eden are now going to try and make their way in, but they're not going to get there in time. Another free stage there as we're almost getting to the final stage here. Here comes the first encounter. Chimsy diving in, managing to get a 2-man kill there on Dolly Eden and Zach 2 with the CR762 there. Good use of that weapon as he makes his way across behind Suji to drop off this medium item. Vindaro picking up Rewoved as it's a team wipe once again for slayEM against on Lovers in the Air. Dolly Eden has managed to respawn, but I don't know if he's going to get there in time. The other members of slayEM are nearby, providing support for Chimsy as he makes his way towards the drop-off, but it does look like one of the members of Lovers in the Air is there defending. They're not able to drop it off straight away, but again, he's going to be uncontested. No one really realises that that's happened. Rewove does get the pick on Neon QT as the other members of Lovers in the Air try to push in now as Dolly Eden tries to get that all-important kill on Swivels or Chimsy, but Chimsy utilising that staircase to the best of his advantage and making quick work of him with the 45 there. Jumping in to try and grab his vehicle. It is going to be a yaw drop there. Drop Scavenger, 1 medium item as the members of slayEM already have the item in their grasp. No, they don't. Lovers in the Air have the item in their grasp and they are driving away with it straight towards their team base. They might be able to get an initial early point lead here, but it does look like Chimsy has already made it to their drop-off before them and is going to start putting some pressure onto the Vegas there. The Obeah CR762, pretty good at doing damage to vehicles as well. A very good all-round weapon, good ranged marksman weapon there. They opt to take the item out early, swap vehicles and try and sneak it in, but I don't know if that's going to be too effective because they can see where the item is at all times. Vindaro putting some pressure there as he drives over the other Vegas. And the other members of Lovers in the Air trying to kind of scramble to position and try and pick off these defending members of slayEM as Chimsy putting some good work in there with the 45, getting some damage there on Vindaro. Sorry, wrong way round. Dolly Eden does get the pick on Vindaro. Swivels getting a pick there on Dolly Eden. Neon QT picking up Rewoved. They are able to get this item out comfortably. Zach 2 is still in the area, but he's not able to do much. Tries to get a nade on the vehicle. Perfect nade. Manages to get the kill there. Zach 2 also picking up the kill on Chimsy as they are able to keep the item near their drop-off. They are going to get this initial point lead. I didn't manage to move the camera over in time, apologies. But here come the members of Lovers in the Air as they are now going to be able to drop off this point. Fantastic play there by Criminale. I believe that's Criminale. And they're going to try and set up a defensive position here as Chimsy opts to try and take the abandoned warehouse for Overwatch and put some pressure on the members of Lovers in the Air and possibly take that item out as quickly as they can. He does spot one of the members, does manage to take out Rewoved. That message has been read loud and clear by the other remaining members of Lovers in the Air as they're going to try and get an angle on Chimsy now. Chimsy managing to find Criminale as well with his Aubert CR762. Does manage to get the kill. Is he going to get an ace here? He's found Dolly Eden as well. Is he going to get the kill? He does indeed. That's an ace for Chimsy on Lovers in the Air. They managed to get the item out. The other two members of slayEM now grabbing the item in the Vegas, driving it off to their team base. And now it's going to be a scramble for Lovers in the Air to try and get to that drop-off point first, prevent them from losing their initial 14-point lead. Remember, with these drop-off points and these objective captures, teams earn 1 point every 2 seconds. So, with that in mind, Lovers in the Air have a 28-point or 28-second lead on slayEM for this final stage of round 4, as Dolly Eden does manage to find Chimsy here, does manage to pin him down, finish him off using his 45 very effectively. They're able to pick off Neon QT, getting a blitzkrieg there as the other two members of Lovers in the Air able to push. Well, the last member of slayEM has still got the item in his vehicle. The other all three members now of Lovers in the Air are now going to defend the slayEM drop-off point to prevent them from dropping this off, as the other members of slayEM are now starting to make their way in slowly. They're going to coordinate an attack here to push the defending members of Lovers in the Air off their own drop-off. So we'll see what happens here. They might be opting to drop the item somewhere, but that might be a dangerous strategy here, as all it would take is one member of Lovers in the Air to sneak the item out. Doesn't look like they're going to do that. They're going to just try and dive the item straight in. Might not be a smart play here, because all members of Lovers in the Air are ready for this. And all three members are in. It's a big fight now as Criminale gets the first kill with this PMG on Vindaro, trying to get an aid in to find the other members of slayEM as they try to make their way in. Dolly Eden now holding short inside the little building here, right next to the drop-off. Or right with the drop-off. Here's Chimsy, tries to find a way around outside. Dolly Eden spotting what I think is Neon QT, trying to make a way in, as Chimsy now spots Rewoved above, but I don't think Rewoved is going to be able to support too much here, and Chimsy just dives in behind them. They don't even spot him. Is he going to make much of it? No, he fumbles his shots. Dolly Eden does get the pick with Criminale supporting with his PMG. Neon QT trying to push him from the other angle, but didn't really sync up with Chimsy there too much. Wasn't really able to do too much here. Lovers in the Air do still have the lead here with 14 points, and they are stopping slayEM from dropping this item off. 2 minutes left on the clock here, and it is a 300-meter drop away. It's quite a distance, so if they get the item, they are going to have to spend valuable seconds driving to the next location, and that is all Lovers in the Air need. They just need to slow them down as Criminale picks up Neon QT there in a 2v1 scenario. Chimsy now trying to find a cheeky little spot here, and does find a spot. Manages to pick off Dolly Eden, and Criminale is going to be a little bit scared by that. He's going to hide in the little hallway next to the drop-off. Rewoved up top. Chimsy is going to find him. Accidentally shoots. It's an unfortunate geometry on that. The hitbox on that air conditioning unit is much bigger than the actual model itself, so a couple of those shots got blocked. Rewoved in a bit of trouble here and is forced to retreat, as all three members now of slayEM are starting to get a foothold on their own drop-off point of all things. A very good nade there by Chimsy, picks him off, does manage to find Dolly Eden now, who's now in trouble as Vindaro tries to drop off the item, and Chimsy now distracting Dolly Eden, preventing him from stopping the drop-off. Vindaro gets the drop, the points are now adding up for slayEM. They might be able to retake the lead here with only 1 minute left on the clock. I don't think Lovers in the Air are going to have enough time to actually take this item and drop it back off, so if slayEM can hold this, it will be It'll be a win for slayEM, and they will go through to the semi-finals. Only 50 seconds left on the clock. The point deficit is now only 2 points. They only need 4 seconds to hold it, and they will have taken the lead here. And they've done it. They have got the lead, and it's now all up to Lovers in the Air to get a quick kill, grab the item and go. But you know what? I don't think they have enough time. There's only 30 seconds left on the clock. The best they can hope for here is possibly killing all the members of slayEM, but they really won't be able to do too much more here. Fantastic play there by slayEM, and able to sneak that item off and just slowly make their move and go at a staggered pace, one cover from cover to cover, one step at a time. able to get the item dropped off and get that point lead. With 10 seconds left to go now, Chimsy sitting comfortably on that roof, trying to get some damage there on Criminale, who's pushed out to the roof there with Reroved. And that is all she wrote for the 4th round of the CET Open 2022. It is another clean sweep. slayEM go through to the semi-finals 4-0 against Lovers in the Air. Commiserations there to Lovers in the Air. They did put up a good fight, but ultimately weren't really, again like Venia, able to really make it count when it mattered, and weren't able to take any rounds off slayEM. Fantastic play there. We will see them next time. Well, what an interesting match that was. Unfortunately, not as hectic as we were hoping it to be, but there were some fantastic moments there throughout. I unfortunately forgot to put the audio back on for that last round. Apologies. But a fantastic play there by slayEM. Despite being at the deficit at the start, they were able to use all the time to their advantage. Lovers in the Air were able to hold slayEM's drop-off as best as they could, but ultimately slayEM coming out on top each time and making it count. So, you now have your semi-final brackets. We now have Godsting versus slayEM for the semi-final bracket 1. And for semi-final bracket 2, we have Smartless versus G-Kings. We will have the timings of when these matches will be live soon in the Discord, as well as the Twitter. That's twitter.com/CET_APB. Well, it has been a fantastic afternoon. I hope everyone in the chat has enjoyed it. I hope to all see you soon for our semi-finals of the CET Open 2022. That is all from us today. A big thank you to everyone who turned up. Big thank you to all the people of CET for making this happen. And we will see you soon. That's all from me. I've been your host, Kempington, and we'll see you soon. Thank you very much indeed for watching.